Thank you again for choosing Trap Cadillac Chevrolet.
Trap Cadillac Chevrolet has been serving South Louisiana for over 50 years. That's right, 50 years. No matter how much Trap has grown, you can count on hometown feel, friendly service every time you stop it. Our unmatched service and diverse Chevrolet, Cadillac, and pre-owned inventory has set us apart as the preferred car dealer in South Louisiana. We're also known for our outstanding auto repair service, changing your oil quickly and easy financing.
We promise to always give the most in your auto buying experience here at Trap Cadillac Chevrolet in Houma.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us, however you may be joining us. We appreciate it very, very much. And if you want to get updates on what's going on in our community and what's going on with the Sheriff's Office, talk to one person. First Lieutenant Blake Tabor. Blake, we appreciate your time.
I appreciate you having me as always.
All right, thank you. So we got lots of good things going on, right?
Yeah, it's great to be able to come on here and report some good stuff.
Yeah. So really good things. Let's talk first about bike patrol.
Yeah. So again, look, this is a new division that we've sort of opened in the last few weeks at the Sheriff's Office. And again, look, we realize that we're not reinventing the wheel here.
Right.
There's lots of agencies that have done this in the past, but for whatever reason, we have not.
Right.
A lot of people have seen that the Houma Police Department has a proactive bike patrol unit. Lots of other agencies, you see officers on bikes. So again, we think this is something that is really going to help us when it comes to festivals. As everyone that lives here knows, we've really migrated to having a lot more festivals in this particular region, and we think that's going to have a positive impact. In addition to that, Black Friday, those types of big shopping events, we're going to be putting those bikes in those particular areas. And in addition, we're going to have them rolling around your neighborhood at night, being covert and catching those criminals that are breaking into vehicles and doing those things late at night. So we think it's going to have a huge impact. This was a unit that's comprised of 4 different deputies. You see them photographed here. They went to a training course, which was assisted by the Houma Police Department. And I just would be remiss if I didn't point out some of these officers who are a part of this division. Is going to be very successful.
Right.
Leading that particular unit is going to be First Lieutenant Cody Noblock. You see him second from the left.
Right.
Sergeant Sarah Lachico, Sergeant Judson Clark, and Senior Deputy Brittany Sons. And again, you know, they, from what I understand, I wasn't there to witness it, but this is a pretty intensive and pretty fun bike course where they have to go off-road and they really have to learn to use these items. And these bikes are pretty high speed, low drag. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you got to be in really good shape.
Absolutely.
You know? And it's a way for us to be kind of, it's certainly more boots on the ground, if you will.
Absolutely.
Or bike shoes on the ground. As you know, you can do things on a bike even more so than you can't really do on a motorcycle or on a patrol unit.
Absolutely.
And so, especially when we're having an area maybe where we're seeing some break-ins, these 4 can be together.
Yep.
Or they can have a couple of different people, or all 4 of them, and really be on the lookout for problems in the area and catch people in the act.
And more than anything, quiet and covert.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, again, it's about having a multitude of resources that we can rely on. We're going to be doing some stories probably at the beginning of the year talking about our drone division.
Right.
Which, is really starting to kind of take off. And it's another tool, literally
taking off.
Literally. It's just another tool in our toolbox to help with the process of community safety.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And speaking of community safety, this is a time of the year when we want to do that. You guys had a really nice event to celebrate Halloween. Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, and look, so I want to talk about Sheriff Tim Saunier for just a minute, if I could. This particular person is not only is he a great leader and a great community figure and head of our sheriff's office, but this is a man that takes his employees' happiness very seriously.
Yeah.
And this is not to say that other sheriffs have not done that in the past, because I believe they all have. But I really believe that Sheriff Saunier has taken this to a different level.
Absolutely.
So in addition, you'll see some pictures of the Halloween festival. All of these celebrations are something that was put together by the sheriff to allow our employees to celebrate that particular holiday with their family, because when that holiday comes, they're away from their family and they are protecting our community.
Right.
So you see a lot of the photographs here. we've even gone so far as to make us our own train out of barrels. Right. You see them here.
There's Beetlejuice. I'm only going to say it once.
Absolutely.
Beetlejuice right there.
So look, this has become an event that's sort of taken its life of its own, right? I mean, different divisions now within the sheriff's office are competing with each other to see who has the best costumes, the best Halloween setup, and providing the best candy. So wow. It's a fabulous event. It's great to be able to get out and celebrate with your coworkers who, for all intents and purposes, are our family. We spend more time with our coworkers than we do with our family. So it's nice to be able to get out there, and then also bringing your significant others and your children in to meet others. It's always a recipe for a good time.
Everybody having fun.
Absolutely.
Speaking of fun, we want people to have fun for Halloween. We want them to do it safely. Just a few safety tips, if that's okay.
Absolutely. So look, as always, Halloween, October 31st, it's going to be on Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're going to have in excess of 120 additional officers out in various neighborhoods. Wow. We're going to be very visible. You're probably going to see the bike patrol in certain areas. Again, we are going to be out in full force. Some of the important things to remember is you never want to lose sight of your children. Yep. Look, I walk foot patrol in certain areas, and so I can be visible out in the community, and it never ceases to amaze me. Every year, some kid gets excited and runs to one piece of candy and then runs across the street, and before you know it, that parent is looking around and they can't find their kid.
Yeah. So stay off your cell phone.
Absolutely. Keep track of your kids. There's a lot of resources out there to be able to keep track of your kids digitally.
Yes.
And you may want to think about taking advantage of that. But if you haven't done that by now, it's probably a little late.
Right.
But again, just get out, stay off your cell phone, pay attention to what's going on, and just enjoy the time. And if you see anything suspicious, immediately report it to 911 or our sheriff's office.
And the other thing is, if you know that you're going to be in those areas, be aware and vigilant. If you don't have to be on the road, don't.
Absolutely.
Stay off the roads and let the kids and the parents enjoy this time. The holiday is for them. If you want to partake, fine, go slow, and make sure that you're being really cautious in congested areas where we have a lot of kids.
Absolutely. And look, another hot topic is these ATVs.
ATVs, yeah.
So again, we want to make sure we're doing those things the right way and not consuming alcohol while we're operating those vehicles.
Lieutenant Blake, we appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. We got a lot more Bayou time when we continue.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.